croeso. Gobeithio bod chi gallu gweld fi. I hope you can all see me. Yeah. Let's have a look. Can somebody send me a kind of hello? Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so yes, good morning. Good morning. So for this practice, you can either be on a chair or you can be standing. So it can work both ways. Doesn't really matter. If you feel you need to use a chair, then use the chair. Don't be afraid of doing that. But if you want to stand, that's absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to take a sip of tea. Apparently going to be another hot day, so that can be a good thing. So it's nice to do it, this practice, while it's still a little more cool. Okay, so Namaste, Bodhidharma, good morning, welcome. I'm going to leave my window open a little bit, so there might be some noise, but hopefully you can still hear me. Actually, I'll shut this one. Because I'm in Cardiff and it's a little bit noisier than West Wales. So, as some of you know, I am already a yoga teacher of some years, and I am training this year to take my practice into the yoga therapy realm, which sits within the whole kind of umbrella, if you like, or the house of yoga, and is really about applying yoga practices, the whole kind of wonderful toolkit of yoga practices that we have, to the individual, and treating the individual as a whole person, not just as something who, as a person who has something gone wrong with the mechanism. So we have to fix the mechanism in this particular part of the body, whether it's the knees, the lower back. It could be psychological problems, emotional problems, or chronic disease problems, or just general aches and pains. So we're looking at treating the whole person, not just kind of picking on something that at the moment is a symptom, which could be a symptom of something very subtle that's going on in the body or in the life of the person, or could be something more acute and gross, like a particular chronic disease. Because we tend to, in the medical world on occasion, just look at the symptoms. So in yoga therapy, we're trying to use that as a support mechanism for the individual to live their healthiest and most happy and joy-filled life. So it's the whole thing. It's not just one element. So there's a lot to it. And these Sunday mornings are a way of me sharing particular practices with as many people as possible for up to an hour. It's free of charge, and it will either be recorded or live, like it is today. It's live today, but it won't always be. I will record some things. And it's also a way of helping me to share what I am learning. I mean, as a yoga teacher, I already share practices that don't belong to me. I've been lucky enough to learn them from my teachers and from reading and my study and listening, looking, and just taking it on board step by step. So it's an opportunity for me to share with you, and also for you to share with people you think might benefit. So people who may not walk into a yoga class because they have some preconceived idea or stereotype in their mind that you have to be under the age of 30, you have to be white, you have to be very athletic, you're in a sort of a niche, elite circle that practices yoga. That's not, that's not what we are. That's not what yoga is, but that can sometimes be the perception in the Western world. So the practices I'm sharing really can be available to anybody, even people with limitations, because we can use the chair. And even if people can't use the chair, there are certain breath practices, meditation practices, gentle movement of arms and legs that people can practice lying down. So I remind you that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm a yoga teacher. That is the breadth of my knowledge, a yoga teacher. And I am now studying to be a yoga therapist, so I'm going deeper into certain learnings and teachings about anatomy and physiology and all of those things. But I will never be medically qualified. So if there are things you are concerned about or you want to check out with your physio first or with your doctor, that's fine. Please feel free. So today we're looking at the shoulders, and the shoulders have the three main joints, obviously the arm, the humerus. You have the scapula, the shoulder blades, and you have obviously the collarbones, the clavicle. Those are the three main bones. Then you have 4 joints, and you have many ligaments, and they all have a particular function, and it's not an anatomy class, but it's quite a complex kind of setup in the shoulders. And also we all know when we are depressed maybe, or feeling low self-esteem or anxious, or perhaps we're just really not feeling we want to face the world, how we can slump the shoulders. So we slump the shoulders forward, we close off the chest, we sink maybe, and even our energy, when somebody's disappointed, you can see the energy sinking, and not maybe being open and robust and strong. And we, as women, we can admire men, with strong, broad shoulders. It's perceived by some as very attractive, and it looks as though they can, face the world, and they can take on the challenges, and they don't have to shy away from things. So our posture can be impacted, not just from physical problems, but we're all getting really this kind of this hunching up and texting, or one thumb texting one side of the body, or whether over our iPad. So we've got physical, postural kind of implications these days, but we've also got emotional problems and psychological problems that can affect the posture and help and stop us opening up, and we're rounded in. We've all been told, I suppose, as kids to stand straight, open shoulders back, they tend to say, but I'm not going to teach that really, but opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest, and standing with a nice strong back and an open front, and so you can look people directly in the eye. I think there's another thing as well. I know I felt as a mother, I was running businesses, and I was raising 5 kids, and I did my fair share of breastfeeding, this kind of thing. I remember breastfeeding, walking around, hoovering, these things that we do, but not just that, the kind of not just the burden, the physical burden of some sort of cycles in life, but the weight of responsibility sometimes, the weight of our everyday burden. We feel it in the shoulders and the neck, yeah? We actually almost carry other people's physical burden sometimes, because we can't say no. And then we take on too much, and then we feel weighed down by it. You see people in the street, they look weighed down by just life. So doing the work here, the energetic work, not just the physical work, the sound work, the breath work, helping to keep the shoulder and the upper body you know, your communication center, working with right brain controlling left brain controlling right body. So doing coordination to bring the nervous system, the hormones, the whole physiological system into balance. So this is what we're working with the shoulders. So we're starting the practice now. I would like you, if you can, it can be a tea towel, a scarf, anything like that. And whenever you come to practice with me on a Sunday, always handy to have either a belt, a strap, something, and a cushion, you know, so you always have those things nearby. You don't have to go and look for them. This is a yoga strap, but it can be belt of trousers, it can be tea towel, okay, it can be anything. So I'm going to stand for the practice because I feel I need to energize myself a little. So whether you're sitting or whether you're standing, let's just come into our quiet space. I'm going to press my feet and make connection with the earth. So I'm pressing my feet down. And I'm just going to open my palms in the Samasthiti, the observation posture. I'm just opening to the day, closing my eyes, making sure I'm pressing my feet down. If you're in the chair, you're supported, you still press your feet. And just notice how you feel. Just bring a little bit of attention into the shoulders. Maybe there's always a little bit of tension there. We tend to tense the shoulders as well when we, you know, kind of get a fright. We tense up, shoulders lift. Just notice what's going on there for you today. So our mind is going to be around that whole space, around the back body, tops of the shoulders, around the clavicle, the collarbone, and the whole of the lungs, the rib cage. Shoulders are connected to the rib cage. And just bring your hands together in a prayer mudra. Good. I'm just going to do my jatis. Jatis are the warming up, loosening up kind of practices that we do before anything. Important to do them every time. So I'm just going to start with my right hand, shaking off any tension, any lethargy, with my right wrist really limp, and my elbow. Just really bring it up to the shoulder if I can. Just gently loosening up on the other side. Let the wrist be really limp. I've got the window behind me, blinds closed, so you may not be able to see the features of my face, but hopefully you can see all of the practices, the postures, the jatis, and shake it out, and shake them both out. You know, just go a bit wild if you like. Shake everything, clear up the space around you. Getting rid of any burden, any tension, and let it go. You can do the same with your feet, even if you're sitting down, press into the left foot, and just flick out. I'm just flicking out my right ankle. I am rotating, standing tall. Rotate one way and the other. Press down with the left foot, keep your balance. And just with the knee, opening and closing. Good. And place it down. And then onto the right foot, really press down through the right foot. Then lift up. And just you can just shake out the ankle and start rotating. And breathe and soften the shoulders down. So, you know, it's the softening down of the shoulders from the ears. And shaking out the knee. Keep strong on the right foot. You can always hold your chair. If you want to stand and use the chair as a support, that's cool as well. And shake out any tension. And we're just going to shake everything now. Yeah, this is the one that looks like we're going nuts, but that's fine. I'm really happy to be mad. Do you think this world is not mad? Look around you. Join the club. You know, it's crazy. And then shaking up behind and to the side. If we're all a bit mad, we can fit in. It's fine. At least we're mad in a really nice, positive way. We're looking after ourselves, bit of self-care, getting rid of all of the nasty energy around us, if there is any, cleaning up your energetic space, about 3 foot around you. Really good to do that. And breathing in. And as you breathe out, and you can do this on the chair as well, just make sure you don't hurt yourself on arms. Breathe out. Let it go, bend the knees, let it go. Breathing in. Stretch up and whoosh. You can whoosh if you like. Breathing in. I'm going to whoosh this time, big time. Whoosh. Good. And just come up. We're just going to completely work with the upper body, but if you're standing, obviously you're going to be standing on your legs. So making sure that the connection is with the floor. Keep sipping water. Yeah. But it's not going to be a practice that particularly gets a sweat, okay? We're looking at the shoulders. You'll work, but you probably will not build a sweat, but it's still important to keep drinking. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to breathe in and shrug the shoulders up. High as you can. Feels horrible to me, but shrug them up and then you know that they feel so nice when they're down. Breathing in, shrug them up and down. Breathing in and down. Good. And now we're just going to rotate. So you can rotate the shoulders. So we're sort of going forward and up and then back. Forward, up and back. A few of those. Breathing in mindfully, consciously, as you just loosen up the shoulders and forward. And one way might feel a little easier for you than the other. Just keep going. Shrugging up and forward. Really go for it. And let it drop down. We're going to start moving the arms. So if you have sore shoulder joints and you're a bit worried that it's going to be painful, keep your left hand just where you're kind of, well, you're not all wearing bras maybe, but my bra strap is about there, okay? So it can be a little bit tender around that part. So I'm going to stand with my side now on to the camera. And I'm holding this part just to make sure I'm happy with that full range of motion. If you're not, you don't do the full range. You go as far as you can. So standing up nice and tall, nice connection with the floor. Breathing in, and I'm just going to do it quite slowly initially. Breathing in and out to come back. Breathing in. My arms coming forward and back. So you only go as far as you feel is your limitations. You take responsibility for your own limitations, because obviously I can't see anyone. I know most of you who practice with me, but new people, I don't know what issues there are. A few more times and let it go. And then just for you to see what that has done, just bring your, this one movement we've done, that's all we've done. And if you hold out your arms, yeah, my right arm is much longer now, so I've already created some pockets of air, some space, and we do the other side. And I'm going to just put my right hand just there. There's a kind of, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a sort of piece of skin there that hooks on. It's almost like a beak, yeah, so it's around that area, and it can feel tender, particularly in women. Okay, so I'm just coming forward, up and back. Breathing in, and one side might be far more sticky than the other. Breathing in to come up, and out to come back. My left is much stickier than my right. Use the right a lot more. And forward, and really coming close to the ears, close to the ear as your body allows. So you get full range of movement. Few more times. Good. And we're going to go through all of the motions of the shoulder, okay, with this practice. So standing nice and tall, I just want you to breathe in and raise the right arm up and out. And breathe out, bring it back. Breathing in without hitching the shoulders up. breathing in. Lengthen the arm from the shoulders, like when we're practicing our warrior. We don't hitch them up. We're lengthening out and down. One last time there, breathing in and out. Left hand, breathing in. Keep firm on the floor, go for length and out. Breathing in. Thinking of your shoulder, bring the focus to the shoulder, so you're thinking of how the movement happens from the shoulder. And out. This time both, breathing in, just shoulder level. Feel what it does in the back, you know, the scapula. Go for length and out. Breathing in, length and out. One last time to this way. In, stretch it long like an aeroplane, like a glider. Like the fingers are growing longer and longer and longer. And out. And just shake it out, because that's a bit of work. Okay. You're going to breathe in here and bring the hands forward. So my palms are facing down. So this is what I want. Breathing in, palms down, hands come up. And breathing out. All the way down. And breathing in. Stretch up right through the fingertips. You get a nice long side body. Feet are pressing to the floor and down. Breathing in here. Now, from here, I'm stretching up. I know you can't see my fingers, but they're just, you know, they're just at the end of my hands. So you're nice and tall, palms are facing forward. I want you from here, with the palms still facing out, to breathe in and just stretch out. So my palms are facing forward. Yeah, I look a bit like someone on a runway, but that's fine. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, right comes down. Stretch it out, really stretch through. Breathing in, come up. And out. So you're releasing on the out breath, and it's in line with the shoulder, the hand. It's not down here. It's in line. Breathing in, come up, breathing out. Right, stretch now. Don't lose the momentum. Don't swing them, move them. Breathing in and out. Last one here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in together. Come up onto the toes, bring them out, bring the toes, the heels to the floor. Good, and shake it out. Shake it out. Notice and stand. Hands facing forward, close the eyes. What are you feeling in the shoulder? Where are you noticing tightness? Is there tenderness? We all know, even though we think we're nice and loose, if somebody gives us a massage here, yeah? So actually that's what we're going to do. We're not going to massage, we're going to use either flat of our hand or the knuckle. But it's going to be really floppy, not too harsh. I'm using my knuckle. I'm just going to pat on the top of my shoulder here. I can't get that far back, but I can do it along here. Down the side of the arms, all the way down. I'm using a very loose knuckle onto the tops. My fingers back up, really waking up. I'm going to break up any tension, and down one more time. Loosely back up and under the armpits. Be very, very careful, just loosely, not thumping or anything. And then across with the flat of the hand, just across the top of the chest. Just nice movements, waking everything up. And then we do the other side. So again, on the top, loosely, very loosely. So you can always give yourself a self-massage down. And be careful if you've got any injuries that I'm not aware of. You know, obviously you're going to avoid them. And come on up and down one more time. All the way down, and then just under. It's sort of quite loose here, don't sort of thump it. And then just, oh, that feels good. Yes, quite energizing, but it loosens up any tension. And we're just going to do a little bit alternate work, you know, to have some coordination. So please bring your, we'll start with the left actually. If you bring your left arm across, just to above you're just the top there where your clavicle is. You're going to just breathe in and open. Just see if you can go far as behind as you can without twisting the whole body. The feet are in the same position. And breathing out the other side. Yeah, so we swap. We breathe in, we stretch back. We breathe out, we bring it back to the center. Breathing in and breathing out. Another few times. Breathing in and out and in. So we're looking at also neuroplasticity when we're doing these practices. Bringing left brain and right brain together into focus. Another twice. Breathing in, stretch. Breathing out, come back. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, you can do this on a chair. Just be careful which chair you choose, so there's no arms and the back is not up too high, you know. So what we're going to do now is some side stretching. Again, using the different movements of the shoulder. Please bring your left hand to your left hip. Yeah, we're going to breathe in. This is our in-breath. We're lengthening as much as possible. You can keep the left hand there or you can drop it down. Side stretch. So you're really lengthening the arm. I can feel my shoulder blade working here. Thinking of the shoulders. What are the shoulders doing? So don't dip as low if you feel it challenging. Breathe in, come up. Lengthen. Good. Other side. Breathing in, lengthen first. Breathing out, make sure the feet are planked to the floor. You have lengthening, but notice the shoulder. What's happening along the scapula? What's happening the armpit? Stretch, breathing in and up. We'll just do one more either side. Be careful of your neck. You can look down if you need to. Breathing in, breathing out. So I'm looking down, it's less strain on my neck. Breathing in, I come up. So you're stretching on an inhale and you are releasing on an exhale. Yeah? And it's the inhale that gives you the momentum to come up and then you exhale. Please, some more shoulder rolls. Bring your hands up and we're going to link our fingers. We're going to put the palms away from us if we can and breathe in here. Now from here, back of my hands are facing down, palms are facing my ceiling. Okay, this is my in-breath. Stretch, look at my armpits, I'm really stretching. Breathe out, back of my hands to my head. Notice what it does to the shoulders. Feel it. Gently, don't push. Breathing in, press through. Breathing out, slowly. Backs of the hands onto the head. Shoulders really open. Open them up. Chest open. Breathe in, stretch, and breathe out onto the head. You can breathe in one more time and ping those shoulders, ping the fingers open. Yeah, actually, I said I wouldn't build that much heat, but I'm hot. So, who knows? Rotate the shoulders. One forward, and back. Okay, so this time we're going a little bit deeper. Okay, we're going to just lift the right arm and bend the elbow if we can. Just bending the elbow back, yeah. Now, my shoulders, I don't have that great mobility in the left scapula, okay? And everything is a practice for me. It doesn't come easy. So if that makes you feel better, I hope so. None of this comes easy to me. Nothing in yoga becomes just automatic pilot. I have to practice. And I was never, you know, a particularly athletic person. Okay, so if you're in the same category as me, take faith. Okay, it's just a practice that you need to do to feel more range of motion. I'm bringing my left hand up and I'm really pulling my elbows so it faces up. Now this might be impossible, you might be here, that's fine, wherever you are. See what you can do. And my right hand is pressing down between my scapula. I'm just reaching up with my right elbow. And I'm going to release both of them. Okay? And shake it out. Yeah, I think I only say that because I think, you know, I've done it myself and I've looked at some people online and different things, whether it's dance or singing or it could be yoga. I think, oh, they've got some kind of special power. I don't think they have. Some people might be hypermobile or naturally flexible or naturally athletic. They just have it in their DNA. But most people are ordinary people just trying their best. Okay? So breathing in left side. So one side may be tighter than the other. This is the case in my body. Bending the elbow and see if you can lift the right and breathe in here. And just, you're not pushing it back aggressively, you're just seeing if you can open up that armpit, point the elbow nice and high. Okay, some really nice deep breaths. So as you breathe out, release. Hold the belly back if you can, give yourself some stability. Let's just do another breath, lengthening here. And out. And up you come. And shake it out. And it does mean quite a lot of work, but it actually, I think, does work. That's my experience. You're going to bring your, what are you going to do? Yes, you're going to bring your right hand forward and bend the elbow. Bend the elbow, okay? But you're not saying stop, your palm is facing in, okay? You're going to lift up your left arm and bring it across. You're bringing it across, okay? So you are using the right elbow to draw the left arm across. Now you're looking forward. I don't want you to go like this. Okay, so you're looking forward. Now notice where you feel the stretch. Okay, top of my arm. I know my shoulder feels it too, but don't go too deep. Go as deep as suitable for you. Yeah. And you can release. Shrug the shoulders. And the other side. So I like to start just by bending this elbow up, okay? My palm facing in, my right arm comes up, then it comes across, okay? And then I know I've got the maximum length I can have. And try not to torque the right elbow. So breathing in here. As you breathe out, maybe it can go further, but your face stays forward. Breathing in here. And see if you can really stretch. Really nice stretch. Again, all of this can be done in your chair or sitting cross-legged actually. All of the shoulder work we've done can be done sitting cross-legged on the floor. And breathing in and just, yeah, some shoulder shrugs. Maybe give yourself a rub. And just notice. And if we can get massages soon, that's what that's what I want to have, a massage. Don't have them often, but I do enjoy them. Just give yourself a nice rub. So, if you have something you can hold, like a tea towel or a towel or a neck scarf, you know, a man's neck scarf or your winter scarf or whatever, we're going to do some more mobility work with the shoulders, just using a belt or a length of something. I'm just going to take a sip of water first. Actually, it's not water, it's green tea, but whatever. So, we're going to get the length of rope or whatever it might be. And what we're going to do, we're going to start with it quite long, okay? I mean, I'm not sure what you've got in your hand. If you've got only the length of a tea towel, then that's what you've got. But the longer it is, the easier it is for the shoulder mobility initially. So I'm just going to have mine about here, okay? So what we're doing, we're breathing in as we lift, and we're breathing out as we reach back. Now, this may be as far as some of you go. We're going to do it in stages, okay? The arms are generally straight. There can be a micro bend, but when you lift something above, notice what the scapula is doing. You're drawing the shoulder blades together. You're also feeling some strength in the arms, okay? Breathing in, lift it up, and breathing out, you're bringing it down. So we're going to do that. We better do it 3 more times, okay? Because I was just demonstrating. So we'll do things in series of 3. It's important to have cycles in yoga, okay? So, just holding it in front, and it can be quite long, okay? The shorter it is, the more range of movement you need, the more fluidity you need in the shoulder girdle, okay? So breathing in, let's lift it up, stretch it out. Breathing out, I'm just bringing it back. As much as I feel is expanding my chest and is giving me a scapula coming together at the back, I can feel some pressure in my upper arms, in my biceps, maybe in my forearms, nothing else. If your elbows are hurting, bend the elbows. Don't hyperextend the elbows so you're here. That's fine too, okay? Breathing in, bring it up, and breathing out, bring it down. Just take a breath. Make sure you are standing firmly. You've got connection. You're grounded. Important to feel grounded. Okay. So we do one more like that. Breathing in. Stretch it up first. So you're really going for the maximum length and extension of the spine and the arms. And breathing out. So, you know, it's quite strong. So don't go too far. You mustn't go too far with these things because it'll get better every time you practice. If you do a regular practice in shoulders, this is particularly good for people who are becoming rounded and have a hump from looking down at a screen or a text. You can feel it in the middle. You can feel your chest is opening and the shoulder blades coming together. Breathing in, reach it up, and breathing out, let it go. So shake it out. Shake it out. Don't hold the tension, shake your hands. I'm dropping my robe so I can shake everything. Okay? So for those of you who want to try, and you know, I really mean, if it's already feeling tight at that, height, then you don't go any further. I will just demonstrate if you go all the way. Okay, and for me, the belt has to be quite long for me to go all the way. I mean, I have done a practice a couple of years ago where I increased it. I sort of shortened the rope, and I got to quite a narrow place where I could bring my arms up and back. But it was a real practice, yeah. And I haven't practiced to that degree since then because I think my shoulders are okay. I don't need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Because we're individual, I don't feel I need to do that. I'm fine, but other people, they may want to do it. So standing up, you're going to breathe in here, really stretch up as far as you can, and then breathing out and bringing it down. Okay, so this is strong. Yeah, I'm bringing it down. I'm breathing in, and I'm breathing out. And I'm just doing 3. You can join me or you can repeat what you just did. It's up to you. Please make your own choices in life. Be responsible for yourself. Breathing in. And as I breathe out, I release, you see? Okay, I release there. Now, breathing in to come up. You need the strength to come up. And breathing out, I come down. I'm going to do it a bit shorter. Breathing in, stretch and lengthen. Breathing out. Now, be careful as you turn it around. You don't want to hurt your elbows. I'm breathing in, and I bent a bit there because I was talking and trying to keep strong. And bring it to the front. Okay, that was quite strong. So let's just see where our shoulders are at. Let's see how we feel. So now that we've done that work, I'm going to see if we can do reverse Namaskar Mudra behind our backs. So I'm going to show you from behind. So you might want to just hold on to the elbows. Yeah, you might just want to hold on to the wrists. If you can't reach the elbows, that's perfectly fine. Or you might be able to get your hands into Namaskar Mudra. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so your chest is open, pressing the palms together. We've opened the shoulders a lot, so maybe if you've never done it before, you might be able to do it today. But it's not, you know, a deal breaker. Do whatever you can. If you can't even hold the elbows, hold the wrists, just, you know, maybe you can put your hands on the bottom, the elbows facing back. Okay, and come to the front. We're just going to do 2 more things. So hopefully they feel a little bit, they feel they've worked probably, but they probably feel a little bit more comfortable, a bit more air, a bit more space there. So please breathe in and bring your elbows pointing down and your hands just as though it's going to rain. Okay, so you're in this position, so it's not here, you know, it's not here, it's they're out. Now I want you to bring the elbows forward as your hands come back. So I'm twisting my hands back and my elbows are forward. I'm then reversing that and pointing my hands up without sort of trying to hunch, you know. I mean, you know, it's not a perfect thing for me. It doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm turning my hands up. So breathing in, I twist my fingers back. My whole hand is going towards the back of the room, elbows forward, just to bring some comfort after our heavy work that we've done. I'm breathing out, point it up, point it up. Looks quite funny actually, because I can really only see my sort of silhouette. Breathing in, there you go. Twist it back. Notice how the chest feels. So the arms, the hands are twisted back and the elbows are coming forward. Notice how the chest feels, how the shoulders feel. And let it go. Shake it out. Shake it out. And we're just going to do those rotations we did earlier on to see if there's a little bit of difference in the movement or if you still have tightness. So I'm bringing my left hand, I'm just doing a few up to my joint there. Yeah, and I'm just seeing, yeah, that feels, for me, that feels a lot freer. I feel I could go faster without worrying that I'm going to hurt my joint, that I got any sticky places. So shoulder and neck work, really important, not just for physical comfort there, but to relieve any emotional, psychological burden we're carrying around, helping our communication area, our, you know, throat chakra, the heart chakra, trying to free up all of that energy so we don't carry around a burden that is not even ours, belongs to somebody else, but we're carrying it around, and we can resent that. Yeah. So I had a hump on my back for many years. It's going now from carrying other people's burden, everybody's burden I carried, and also, you know, my job at the time, I was very rounded typing all day long as well. And it was painful, it was horrible. It was really not nice. And my structure has changed a lot since I let go, or started to let go, of other people's responsibilities. And bringing the arm forward, and maybe I'm going to be careful of your chair, have it a bit close to my chair here. I'm going to move it, and we're just going to swing around. So I'm just kind of, yeah, feeling that. I'm enjoying the freedom. Yes, so you join me, enjoying the freedom in your shoulders and your arms. Can feel really nice. Also, I found when I was cooking, I chefed a lot at my retreats. A lot of tension down in my shoulders and neck, and especially from repetitive strain of using my right hand for my chef knife. So if any of you do a lot of cooking, do these practices, they're really pretty easy to break down and do, you know, tiny elements of them. So we're going to finish with the Garundasana, the eagle arms, which can be a struggle for people, but it's a really lovely way of creating space between the shoulder blades. So we are just going to hug ourselves. So bring your arms out, really wide, again looking like a glider, and you can wrap the right arm over the left and see if you can get those elbows really opposite each other. This might be enough for some people that have such tight shoulders. You know, quite often, you know, men who do a lot of lifting of weights can be really tight. They can look lovely and muscly and it looks gorgeous, but they haven't got much space between their shoulders, okay? So they can practice like this, will be a good balance for their weight training to do these movements. So nice elbows over each other, and then my right arm is going down and it's coming up. So this is what it looks like, okay? Maybe I can hold my palms together, maybe not. They've actually come closer than they usually do because of the work we've done, much closer. So breathing in here, lift up and away with the arms, so they're not too close to your face. That gives you a better stretch. And breathing out, soften it down. Don't collapse the chest. Breathing in, lifting it. Ah, feels so good. And down. And one last time, breathing in. And then from here, I'm going to bring it to the left. So you know we did the arm stretch. You should maybe get a little, maybe you can, maybe you can't. There's no should really. Depends on how you are. Breathing in and release. Release. And the other side. The other side. So breathing in here. Stretch as long as you can. And wrap left over right. And as I say, this might be where you are. And you have to be met where you are, not where someone else is, okay? Don't beat yourself up if you're not doing everything. It's really totally self-defeating. We're all different. Thank God we're all different. Left arm down, bringing it up. Here we go. Yeah, lovely. That's good. So breathing in here, and again, I can see my left shoulder's a bit tighter because my hands are not completely together. Breathing in, lift it up and away. So forearms go away. Elbows are up and high. This is where the stretch comes in. And breathing out. Try small. Breathe in. Lift it up. Breathing out. Good. Last time. Breathing in. High, 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 high. Now breathe out. Bring it to the right. And keep it high. Don't, you know. Keep it up. Good, and out. Good. Total last posture. I said that was the last one, but I just feel I want to do this. So hopefully you won't be disappointed in me. So bending the knees. We're just going to go hitchhiking a little bit here. It's very good for the shoulders, and hopefully this will feel nice. So we're going to soften the knees. We're going to breathe in and just bring the thumbs like they're coming behind you, yeah? I've got my fingers in a little fist. Keep breathing like that, keep breathing. Now breathe in here and breathe out. See if you can bring the thumb, you know, the arms back and the thumbs to point down. Breathe in, bring them up. Breathe out, bring them back. Head can go down. Last time, breathe in, bring them up. Don't have to come up this way, but forward, yeah? Forward. Breathe out. Bring them back. Press to the floor, and come up. Shake out your legs. Shake out your legs. So, I'm going to come to sit in the chair. I'd like all of you practicing. If you can get to the floor, please come to the floor in Shavasana. Please come to the floor in Shavasana. Let yourself have a few minutes, complete rest. Your knees can be bent. body nice and heavy on the floor, bones making connection with the floor. Now bring your focus to your shoulders. I just want you to lift your arms, not behind your head, directly above your shoulders, okay? Directly above your shoulders. And pause. Pause. So they're directly above your shoulders and you're lying on the floor, or you might be sitting on a chair. Breathe in here. Lift the hands as though they're coming towards the ceiling. Now breathe out and soften your shoulders into the floor first. And notice how completely wonderful that feels. And then let the arms come down. Please close your eyes. Bring your focus, your gentle awareness to your shoulders and your upper lungs, the clavicle, the ribs, upper ribs. Just take the energy there for a few moments, noticing, are there any tension still? Do you feel more spacious? Is there something you feel you want to work on? Something you want to let go of? Something you want to say no to? A burden you want to hand back to somebody? Maybe a responsibility that's not yours, that you're carrying around and it's weighing you down. Know right here and right now that it's fine to hand that burden on, or to just simply let it go. Let the burden go. Give yourself permission to take those rocks off your shoulders. Don't let them weigh you down when you are not accountable for what's going on. Take yourself off the case. And please let go of any practice now, just rest for a few minutes. Just let the bones feel heavy and the flesh feel soft. Let the flesh spread. And let the bones feel heavy as they melt through the flesh. And just embrace the therapeutic approach to yoga. Do not be blinded by some attitudes that tell you that slow, mindful yoga is a lesser practice. That it's the practice of old ladies and sick people. On occasion, maybe that's true, and what's wrong with it? Nothing wrong with it. We are all able to do what we can do. But be assured that this slow, mindful yoga in a tradition that is alive will allow you to grow slowly and with stability and with an underpinning of knowledge and wisdom in your practice. Bringing with it introspection, enhanced neuroplasticity, a calming of the nervous system. We need to slow the hell down and be happy with that. giving ourselves time to notice. There's an old Chinese proverb, I don't know who said it, how old it is, but I've found it recently and it helps me a lot. I follow a 12-step program for children of, adult children of alcoholism. And I read a lot of work around 12 steps. And 12 steps is really all about, it's there's lots of correlations with Patanjali Sutras, the codification of yoga, about how you live a good life. How you live your best life, a skillful life. And basically it's about having the courage to change. The courage to change. And the proverb is this: be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. And I really love that. How often in our culture are we conditioned to believe that the race has to be fast and swift? But there's more to life than speeding up, doing things fast, doing too many things, whirling around, because we pay the price with our physical health, with our relationships, with our psychological health, with our emotional well-being. We pay the price of trying to do things too fast. Patience. People don't have patience. Let me look upward into the towering oak and know that it grew great and strong because it grew slowly and well. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, please, in the next inhalation, raise the knees to the chest and maybe just rock your back from side to side, giving yourself a really nice massage. Roll over onto whatever side feels comfortable for you, just for a few moments before you come to a seated position, and we close our practice for today. And with your eyes closed and the energy still, please come into a seated position, however that is. However that is for you. We don't want to dilute practices with modifications. We don't want to stray too far from the practices of the tradition. But when it's necessary, we do accommodate individual needs. This is very necessary, particularly in yoga therapy. We can't just keep pushing through. It doesn't work. And draw your hands together and rub them together. Create some nice heat. Just give yourself a little squeeze along the shoulders where we've been working, just rubbing. Oh, that feels good. Just rubbing in to the top of the shoulder. Maybe the fingers can just reach the fleshy part, the top of the back. Give it a nice rub. And again, rub the hands together. Create some nice heat. And the other side, just squeezing in there. If you've got somebody handy standing around afterwards to give you a little rub, a little massage, that would be good. But don't feel all is lost if you haven't. You can always give yourself a nice massage. It can really work quite well with the parts you can reach anyway. And come down. And draw your hands together to end our beautiful practice with Luka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Beautiful universal prayer for peace and compassion and love and kindness. And why not? Let's do that. We need more of it. So I'm going to chant, and you can maybe finish with me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So, Loka samasta sukhinom bhavantu sarve namaha sukhinom bhavantu. All together. Om Shanti 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 Om. Bow your head, your eyes to your hands in honor of your own divinity and the people practicing with us around anywhere, don't know where they are, in their divinity, and thanking the teachers, the gurus, the rishis, the swamis for giving us the privilege, because it is a privilege, of practicing yoga using their teachings. Thank you. Namaste. Happy Sunday. And this was the third Sharing is Caring Sunday. Please share with friends, because I'm not a brilliant promoter. I'm pretty hopeless actually. I just put a post out, but I'm not really sure how to get more people involved, because I would really, really dearly love more people to have the opportunity to practice with me. So even if they don't come live, please share the link so that they can get the practices in catch-up. And I want to create this thing called Share Squad. So if you have shared it, if you just put a comment saying Share Squad, and that I know then you have shared it with other people. So have a lovely day, enjoy the sun, and yeah, listen, brilliant, it's summer and it's hot. Who knew? All the best. See you guys, bye bye.